Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session today. I just want to take a second to make sure everything is working because last time it wasn't. So I'm going to check in on the YouTube channel to see if you can hear and see me okay. Let me know in the comment section. I can see all of your comments. Okay. On my end, it looks like it's working. So how about you guys? On your end, is it working? Let me know. All right. Looks good over here. All right, guys, so my name is Tatiana James. If you are new to the channel, welcome and thank you for joining in. Today, I want to do a live video to help you guys learn how to pick a product to sell on Amazon. I know it can be challenging for some of you. There are so many products to choose from, and yet it sometimes feels like there aren't any good products available. And so sometimes it comes down to knowing how to do this and using software to do that. So you totally could learn how to do product research and go to the Amazon platform and browse products and do it manually. But at this day and age, 2022, there are softwares available to make your life easier. So although not necessary, I encourage you to consider using a software if you are going to be selling on Amazon, because it's going to help you to find the most unique products and save you time. And you really got to value your time. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be walking you through this. I'm going to share my screen and we can go step by step. I'm also going to be opening up this stream for a Q&A. So your opportunity to ask me any questions you want, and I will do my best to answer them all. Questions can be about selling on Amazon or Shopify or e-commerce or even mindset or lifestyle or whatever questions that you have. I'm happy to answer them if I can be of service. I don't have the answer to everything, but I'll do the best I can based on my own experience. Now, before we get started, I do want to share with you guys the latest e-commerce in-person event that's happening. I do like to keep you guys up to date with this because I know that many of you do enjoy going to these live events, and many of you can really benefit from them. For me personally, attending a live event for e-commerce sellers was pivotal for my mindset and my business. It really made a huge shift for me. So prior to that, I kind of started my Amazon business as a little side hustle, not really expecting much. I was just hoping to make maybe a couple $1,000s a month and replace my income from my part-time job. And then I went to an Amazon seller event hosted by the amazing Selling Machine, and it blew me away. I was just so in shock. All of a sudden, this became real because, in your day-to-day life, you don't really know that many people who are making money online. Although it's becoming more common, it's not that common. Like my mother, my friends, these people don't really work online. And so for me to go to this event and see all of these very successful sellers and hear their stories, it just became really real for me. And so that really inspired me. It was also a great opportunity to network with people and connect to other people who are like-minded, who are on the same journey. And also, obviously, I learned a lot. There's a lot of great stuff that you can learn at these events. So I do encourage you to attend an in-person event, especially after events have been closed for so long with the pandemic. So it's a great opportunity to get out of the house. And there is an event going on in Vegas this year. It's called the Sell and Scale Summit. Las Vegas is a big place for hosting these kind of events. And so this is hosted by Helium 10. And I think it's going to be a great event. I can't attend because I'm going to be away during this time. It's September 19th to 22nd, 2022. But I am sharing this with you guys because maybe some of you might want to attend. So again, it's going to be a great opportunity for you to learn stuff, but really network with others who are in the same space and get inspired. And so if you're interested in going, then you could click the link in the description or go to tatianajames.com/Vegas, and you can get $100 off of your ticket by using the code Tatiana James. So just want to share that with you guys before we get started, because, you know, for me, it was just such a big deal to attend something live. It just made it real, because before that I was like, oh, whatever, like if I make a couple $1,000s a month, that'd be great. And then I really saw what was possible. I saw people making $400,000 a month and $500,000 a month in e-commerce sales. And all of a sudden, the bar was set higher for me. And then I was able to make that as well, because now I believed that that was possible. Before that, I didn't even know that was a possibility. So it opens you up. All right, I'm going to get to questions in a second. I'm going to see over here on the chat. I'm going to be popping in the chat now and then just to check in on you guys. I can see Jen saying, it's hard to find anyone to bounce back with and discuss this topic. Yeah, I think all of us can relate to that to some extent, unless you have a business partner or you're starting this business with your partner. It can be hard to relate to others. And so that's why, especially if you are alone in starting your e-commerce business, it can be so much more value to you to attend an event like this. And Vegas is a great destination because it's usually cheap to fly there, and there's a whole lot of fun stuff that you can do there as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with the screen share now. We're going to talk about finding a product to sell on Amazon and how to do that. And I'm going to be using Helium 10 to do that, okay? So Helium 10 is a software for Amazon sellers. It's a fantastic software. I would say that it's probably one of the best softwares that you can get a subscription for, that and Jungle Scout. And people always ask me, well, which is better, Jungle Scout or Helium 10? And honestly, I think it's just a personal preference. Try them out if you want to try both out, and see which one you like more. I kind of feel like Helium 10 is kind of like an Android and Jungle Scout's kind of like iPhone. And so some people have a tendency to gravitate more towards Apple products and some people like Android. And I feel like that's how it kind of is with Helium 10 and Jungle Scout. They do have similar tools in the toolkit, but they are unique in their own way. But the most important tools, I find them to be quite similar. But I have been really enjoying Helium 10 lately because I feel like it's very complete. So whether you are a beginner or an intermediate or advanced, there's so many tools that can benefit you as an Amazon seller. And so I'm definitely going to be doing this tutorial using Helium 10 today. And if you want to try Helium 10, you can go to tatianajames.com/Helium10 and get 50% off your first month to try it out, see if you like it. And you can even do the same with Jungle Scout. I have a coupon code for Jungle Scout as well. If you want to try it out, it's tatianajames.com/Jungle Scout, and that's going to give you a discount as well. I'm not really sure what the discount is, but you can check it out via the site I just mentioned. Okay, so first things first, once you are in your Helium 10 suite, okay, then what you're gonna do is you go to Tools and then you go to Black Box. So Black Box is where you do your Amazon product research. And now you have a few different ways that you can go about doing this research. You can start by looking at products, but I like to start with keywords. And why is that? Well, keywords are extremely important on Amazon because your keywords are how your product listing will get discovered, okay? So when people go to Amazon, they search for a product using keywords, and then a bunch of search results will pop up, will show up. And what search results show up depends on the keyword. So that's why keywords are everything when it comes to Amazon. You need to know what your keywords are for your product, and you need to make sure that you embed those keywords into your Amazon listing and also use those keywords for your paid advertising so that your listing shows up. So we're going to start with keywords. And the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to choose the price. Now you can see here that there's a lot of different filters that you can use. You don't have to use them all. Sometimes people think that they have to use all of these. No, you don't. You can choose which filters you want to use. Sometimes if you are too specific and use too many filters, then you won't have a lot of results that show up, product results, okay? So what I encourage you to do is perhaps start with the filters that you want to start with. And if you find that the product results, there aren't enough products for you to select from, then start to remove some of those filters. And so then you'll have more products that will show up. So one of the most important things for me is price. I don't really look at monthly revenue or search volume. For me, I like to do price. And I like to do a $20 minimum price because anything under $20, I feel like it's not really worth my time investment because the profit margins will be very minimal. You may have, you know, a high profit margin on a product, but if your profit's only $1 or $2, it just doesn't seem like it is significant enough. So I like to do $20 minimum, and I like to do a maximum of $60. And $60, I would say, is more like on the premium side for an Amazon product. People often go to Amazon because they want to find, you know, the best deals. But I find that also people go to Amazon for just the convenience of it. I personally am that person. I don't go to Amazon just for the best price. I go to Amazon for convenience because I know that if I buy a product on Amazon, it'll arrive to my doorstep in 2 days. In fact, I'm willing to pay more for a product for that reason. So I'll do between 20 and 60. Now, of course, if you can find a product that sells at the higher end of that price range, that tends to be a little bit better because more likely than not, that product's gonna have a higher profit margin. So the products that I was selling on Amazon were selling for $59. And I had a really high profit margin because I was sourcing my products for, you know, just around $10 or just under $10. And so it allowed me to have a higher profit margin. And also I was able to sell my product at a premium price because I made it a premium product. And so we can talk about that a little bit later. But $20 to $60, that's the price range I like to look at. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to word count. So this is the number of words in the phrase. Now, you don't have to do this, but sometimes it can be helpful. I like to do 2 or 3. And what does that mean? It means that when someone is on Amazon and they are typing into the search box and they're searching for something, how many words are they using? Is it 1 word? Is it 2 words? Is it 3 words to make up that search? And sometimes if it's just 1 word, it's almost like it's too general. Like they're going to Amazon and they're searching without any intent. They don't have an intention to buy anything specific. So someone might search, for example, bathroom accessories, and they just want to browse bathroom accessories. Or they might just search bedroom, and then so many search results show up, right? But if someone types in bedroom curtains, then it's more specific. They're going to Amazon to shop for bedroom curtains. So they are shopping with intent to purchase something specific. So that's one filter that can be beneficial. Again, you don't have to. Oopsie. I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to go here to price 20 to 60. Okay, I'm going to just check back on you guys. You getting that? Okay. I see one person says that it's blurry. Can you tell me, guys, if it's blurry or if you can see it? Let me know. It's not blurry. Okay, then we will continue. All right, so we're going to continue then. All right, so next thing we can do here is we can select a category. So what category do you want to sell in on Amazon? Not all categories are great categories to find products in. For example, I wouldn't look in CD and vinyl. I wouldn't look in books. I wouldn't look in, let's see here, movies and TV, software, and video games. The rest you can definitely look into. And what my recommendation is maybe select 1 or 2 categories that you'd have an interest in. So any category that kind of piques your curiosity or you'd have an interest in selling the product, because at the end of the day, it does help if you actually like the product that you're selling or have an interest in the product you're selling. I don't necessarily think that you need to have a passion for that product. You don't even have to use the product yourself, because at the end of the day, it's a product that other people want to buy on Amazon. And if it benefits them, then that's what matters. But it's helpful if you do have an interest, because then you're more inclined to work on the business. So I'm going to select, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select office products and kitchen and dining. No, actually, I'm going to select arts, crafts, and sewing. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to look over here. And trying to find something. Okay, search volume. So I mentioned that I don't always enter in search volume. But if you do want to put in search volume, you can, of course. These are filters that you can use. And basically what that means is how many searches from the previous 30 days. Okay, so the benefit of search volume is you can filter through the products that don't have enough demand, because sometimes there are products selling on Amazon that just aren't selling that well because people aren't searching for them. They're not interested in them. So maybe I'll do like 3,000. Okay, and then we're going to go to title density. So this is number of page one products with the searched keyword in their title. This is really going to filter through the results. So I'm not going to put it in right now, but I do want to talk about it. This is how many listings on Amazon actually have the exact search terms in the title. Okay, and this can be helpful to kind of help you discover an opportunity, a window of opportunity, because maybe there's demand for the product, but there's not a lot of listings on Amazon that have the exact search phrase in the title. And so that opens up an opportunity for you to come in, set up a listing, and have that exact search phrase. So I could put maybe 3 or 4. I'm going to leave it for now just because I don't want to filter through too many products and not have a lot of search results. Okay, and then competitor reviews is something I do like to look at. I can go to less than 150 and 5 max. Again, this is going to help me filter through. So this is the minimum maximum number of top 10 ranking products of keywords search results that have less than the selected number of review ratings. Okay. And another thing here that I think is really cool with Helium 10 is that you can select the shipping size tier. Now, as you know, with the with all that's going on with the shipping and expensive freight and all that, a lot of people are concerned about sourcing products internationally because of the high shipping costs. Because it does cost more now to import your products. And also when you're shipping your products to your customers within the United States or whatever country you're going to be selling in, you also have to factor in that it's going to cost more just to ship them products. And so if you have a product that's oversized, it's large or it's heavy, then Amazon's going to be charging you more for shipping and for storage. So you can filter through products that are too big, and you can choose maybe only small standard size products or large standard size products. And that way you're not going to be seeing product results that are just too big and end up costing you so much money to ship. So that's really good for the current climate of things. All right, and now the last thing I'm going to do here is variations. So variations are when you go to an Amazon product, say you want to buy a hat, okay? And on Amazon, you see that there's 6 different colors of that hat. That means that product has 6 different variations, okay? Or you might see that maybe it also has 3 different sizes, small, medium, large. So those are another 3 different variations. So each variation might be a different color, might be a different size, might be a different style. But what that means is that essentially for you as a seller, each of those variations is kind of treated as its own product. And I would recommend avoiding variations when it comes to your first product that you sell on Amazon, because variations can get complicating in more ways than I can explain right now. I've had my fair share of trouble with variations, but that doesn't mean that you avoid them forever. It just means that once you gain some experience from selling your first product on Amazon and you're ready to move on to your second or your third, then you can venture off and you can explore products that have multiple variations, because there are definitely opportunities in those categories. But again, I just would hesitate to do that with my first product, because you want to make things easier on yourself. I'll just put max 1 here. All right, so now let's search and see what comes up. All right, so we have 200 plus keywords found. And so we're going to find some interesting products here. And this is why I like to use software. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can. All right, so not all of these products are going to be viable product opportunities. So now we have to individually investigate the products that we have an interest in. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. You can see here that Helium 10 will pull up this data. It will give you the estimated monthly revenue that this product is earning, how much it's selling for. You can see the number of reviews and how many stars it's rated. And I like to look at products that don't have too many reviews. 3,000 reviews is a lot for me. So if I see like the top 5 people selling this product on Amazon all have thousands of reviews, I'd probably avoid it just because it would be a bit too competitive for me. I know that most people who are going to go to the Amazon platform are probably going to choose one of those 5 people to buy the product from because they have the most social proof. Whereas if I find a product that has maybe the top competitor has, 2,000 reviews, but the second best product has 600 reviews, and then the third best has 200 reviews. So I say, okay, well, I can compete with that. I don't have to maybe be number 1, but if I could be number 2, number 3, number 4, I can still generate quite a significant amount of revenue if there is demand for the product. So I'm going to just click on something that interests me. And also if I see anything here that looks really good to me, this product seems like it's making a lot, but again, a lot of reviews. So I could do here maximum number of reviews to filter through. So let's say maximum number of reviews 1,000. Okay, so this is going to help me filter through some of these products even further. All right, so let's check out this product, comic book boards. We can click here to see it on Amazon. Okay, so now we are looking at it on Amazon. Not really sure what this product is. Comic book board. So seems interesting. I'm going to hold off on that. I want to see what else I can find here. Because I kind of want to find an example for you guys so we can move along with this demonstration. Dice molds, okay. Wood burning kit, 11,000 in revenue. Hippo sublimation ink. That's interesting. I'd like to see what that is. Okay, that is ink for a printer. I'm not really interested in that. Let's see what this is, the time cards. All right, we have time cards here. Okay, so these are time cards for people who are working to clock their hours, I guess. I remember I had to use one of these at a job that I was at. Could be an opportunity here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this product. Let's click on this one here. Okay, it's a little slow, so bear with me a second here. All right, so not the most exciting product, but let's just go through with this process out of curiosity, okay? So we can see here that this product really, they didn't really do anything fancy with it. I could see potentially an opportunity here because as someone who has some experience selling on Amazon, I can tell you already that their bullet points could really be improved. Their images could definitely be improved. Your images are your biggest selling point on Amazon. They trump your description, your bullet points, even your title, because people will pretty much go straight to your images, and that's what's going to help them determine whether they're going to continue reading your listing or buy your product, or whether they're going to click off. So images are really important. I do have a video on my YouTube channel specifically about this. It's got really good ratings of 1,100 reviews. And let's see here, this is the description. So, definitely could be improved. It seems like a product that people don't seem to have issues with. To have 1,100 5-star reviews means that the product's good. It's a simple product, and I like that because if you source, for example, an electronic, you might have 900 reviews, but then there are maybe 4 stars or 4.5 stars because some people always just have issues with it. That's what happens with technology. There are malfunctions. Some products don't always work. Some products are damaged, but this is literally paper. So it doesn't get better than that in terms of an easy way to get 5-star reviews. So now what I like to do is I like to use the Helium 10 browser extension. Okay. And what I could do is I could use the X-ray on this product to kind of pull some information. So Helium 10 will pull information about this product to give me more of an idea of the stats. So it's selling for $25, which again is within our price range. We said $20 to $60. What I do like about it is that it's paper, so it's probably fairly lightweight to ship. They're doing around $26,000 a month in revenue, so I would say that's doing really well. We can look at the sales graph if we wanted to see if there's any seasonality for this product. The seller country is, doesn't say. We can see an estimate on the FBA fees, which we're going to look at in depth in a second here. The rating. Great, so we can see some information about this product. Now what I want to do is I want to get a rough estimate on the profitability of this product. And what I can do here is I can go to or before I do that, I want to figure out how much can I source this product for to get an estimate on how much I can source it. I won't get the exact figure right now, but I can get an estimate. And so what I can do is I can find suppliers on Alibaba just by clicking this button here. And that's the cool thing about Helium 10 is you don't necessarily have to go off the platform. You can just click the button to pull up information from Helium 10. So I can see here, we have some time cards here. Not all of these results are related to the product listing on Amazon. So this would be probably a very similar product. It looks quite similar to me. So it's sourcing for between 125 and 180 per piece. This one between 110 and 110. Let's see here, none of these apply. $150 to $2. So let's just say it's about, let's just say it's about 180. And that's for, okay, 180 per piece, but how much is a piece? That's the question. That's not going to be one piece of paper. So let me actually go to Amazon or to Alibaba. And on Alibaba, I can have better search results. I can find more information. So I'm just going to copy and paste this into Alibaba. I'm gonna search for time cards, maybe punch time cards. I don't know if that's a better search term. All right, so this is very similar. So I can see here that it's for 100 units. Let's click on this. So they can source it for about $1, let's say $1.50. Doesn't tell me exactly how many units per pack though. So anyways, I'm not going to go into too much depth here, but the point is that I want to show you the process, right? So let's just say I can source this for $1.50, which is probably not super accurate, but let's just go ahead with that. Then what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to click on the Helium 10 extension. I'm going to go to Profitability Calculator. Okay, and so they're saying here they're auto filling all of this information pulled from the seller's Amazon listing, so that the dimensions and all of that is going to be pulled directly from the listing, so you know it's accurate. Oh wow, the shipping weight is actually surprisingly heavy. So this must be quite a large stack of papers to be weighing nearly 5 pounds. It's actually surprising, but I guess if it's $25, it's probably a very large quantity. I didn't read how many units, but so the shipping tier is the large standard size shipping. But the good thing is that it weighs 4.59 pounds and you're paying for 4.59 pounds of shipping. Because sometimes what happens is the product weighs 2 pounds and yet Amazon will charge you for 3 pounds of shipping, and because they'll consider it large standard size shipping based on the product dimensions. So it's good to know this information. They say the unit manufacturing cost is $5.11. We could just assume that's what it is. Because we didn't really get that information accurately. And then you can put in freight cost here. They have it as 400 per cubic meter, but now with the increase in freight, let's just assume it's 600 per cubic meter. And then there's other information that you can fill in here as well. So for example, duties and tariffs, you might wanna factor in how much that might cost you. Other costs, for example, if you wanna factor in 10% for marketing, you could do maybe like 5% for duties and tariffs. And then you can get an estimate here on how much you might make, okay? So you might see here that the profit margin's 18.9%, and it can show you also profit margin for different times of the year, right? So this is a bit high. Let's just say duties and tariffs. It's better to probably do a dollar amount than percentage, but let's just remove that for now. So roughly 20% profit margin for a product like this. Totally not accurate because I didn't look at how much the product costs and fill in some of this other stuff, but this is the process that you would do, okay? So you start on Helium 10, you put in these filters, you walk through and see if there's any products that pique your curiosity, that interest you. One thing I like to look at is I like to look at number of reviews and how much revenue it makes per month. If it makes like, $20,000 a month and it's got 500 reviews, I'm thinking, wow, that's great. I could get 500 reviews. So I'm going to click on that product and I'm going to explore it further. And then you do this, right? You look at the profitability calculator, you see how much you could potentially source it for, you get an estimate. And then what you do is now you can just put this product on a spreadsheet. If you say, hey, this is a potential opportunity, then you can start a spreadsheet and you put this product on there, copy and paste the link, and then you continue on. Go back to Helium 10 and look at more products. And you continue doing this until you have like 10, 15, or 20 products on your spreadsheet. And then you start to decide, okay, now we have to filter through these products. Now we have 20 viable product opportunities. Now I'm going to do further research on these products. So that was really preliminary research, really rough research that I did. Now I'm going to really find out how much it costs to source this product. And I'm really going to find out what the profitability is and how much it will cost to ship and all of that. And that's going to help you to now go from 20 products on your spreadsheet to maybe 5 products. And then from that point, once you have the 5 products, then you might say, okay, well, now I can decide on which product I want to sell. And you might decide based on profit margin. Maybe one of them has a higher profit margin. Maybe one of them has a better opportunity for marketing. It's just easier to market the product. You know, it will do better on social media. And then you narrow that down to 3 products. And once you have 3 products, I say 3 products is a great time to now go and look for manufacturers. So you go, you find manufacturers, you negotiate with them, and then you order samples for all 3 products from 3 different manufacturers. And then you receive the samples and you now have to make a judgment call. Which of them is best? Because at the end of the day, you need to be selling a high quality product on Amazon. And the way that you know which one's best is you have to have a reference point. So I recommend that you go and you purchase your competitors' products. Find the top 1 or 2 or 3 competitors on Amazon, buy their products. So now you have a reference point. You can compare your samples to that reference point. And then you decide on the product and the supplier, and you move forward with placing your order. So that's the process. It really helps to have software. So again, if you don't have software, consider it. I do like Helium 10, and if you want to try it for a month, you can get 50% off by going to tatianajames.com/helium10. Yeah, now if you guys have questions, please do ask me in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go up a little bit. I'm going to start answering some of the questions that you guys asked at the beginning. All right. Hi, Tati. If I'm a beginner with limited capital, would it be good to start on eBay with just 1 product, eventually move to Amazon FBA? You know, I don't have experience selling on eBay, so I'll tell you that. I don't have personal experience with it, but eBay is just a very different platform than Amazon. I'm not sure if it's changed since, you know, when I started selling online, but I know in the early days, it was just people go there more to find things that they can buy that are maybe used items, or you can find things that are really unique, or like not everyday products the way Amazon is. Amazon has become the biggest and the go-to place for everyday items that people buy. So I would recommend Amazon. I think it's a great platform to start on. And I don't think that you need a ton of capital to sell on Amazon, because keep in mind, you don't have to start with private labeling. There are different ways that you can sell on Amazon. Private labeling is just one of them. It's one of the most lucrative methods because you really can build a brand and you can price your product however you wish, and you can really scale the business. But you can also do retail arbitrage, you can do wholesale. And so you might want to explore other ways of selling on Amazon, different models of selling on Amazon. And then eventually you might decide to get into private labeling when you do have more capital. I'm shy and I can't speak in public. Any book can benefit you for public speaking. Well, you know, you're not alone. The biggest fear that we all share is public speaking. So most people are afraid of it. I can tell you that to this day, even though I create YouTube content, I also don't really enjoy speaking in public. Sometimes I do get asked to speak at events and I turn it down. And sometimes I say yes because I want to challenge myself. It is a skill that you can develop. Okay, so my recommendation is the books, you know, that you're going to be stuck in your mind. What you really need to do is you need to get out there and practice. So I recommend joining like a Toastmasters um, there are different events. You can even go into an acting class, and it can really push you to get outside your comfort zone and to start doing it. Because once you start public speaking, you get up in front of a crowd, you might be terrified at first, but it will get easier for you. And it's not going to get easier if you're just sitting at home reading a book. So you have to get out there and do it. So Toastmasters is a great place because most people who go and join Toastmasters are doing it because they are afraid of public speaking, because they don't like to do it. So you're not alone. But even like an acting class could benefit you because they will make you do things that are outside your comfort zone, and you got to do it, and you'll start to get more comfortable with it. I also can recommend recording yourself on video. So creating YouTube videos, you can upload them to YouTube, but you can upload them as private so that you don't publish them if you don't want to be on YouTube. But it's still a really great practice because it's going to help you to get comfortable with speaking to an audience, even though you're just speaking to a camera, and also will help you to develop your communication skills. Okay, we have a question. Hi, Tatiana. Is it too late to start Amazon FBA business? I've tried 2 products that didn't sell well, and I'm really lacking motivation to try again for a next product. Well, to answer the first part of your question, it's not too late. People sometimes like to say that, like you'll see a lot of that on YouTube, and it's really just people trying to dissuade you from doing it. There are many opportunities online, right? And there, as I mentioned, there are many different ways that you can sell on Amazon. Yes, it has become more competitive. That is true. Since I started 8 years ago, it has become more competitive because more people have discovered the opportunity and now are making money on Amazon. But that doesn't mean that it's too late because it's still growing. E-commerce is really just at the beginning stages, and we are still at the beginning. Amazon is huge, but still only like 14% of all sales are online. So we still have a long ways to go. And so if you're going to be starting an online business, an e-commerce business, I think it will definitely benefit you in the long run. In the short run, it can be challenging with what's going on now with the freight crisis, the increase in freight cost, and some other issues, and just product costs and inflation. It can just be more expensive to start a business in general, any business. But I think if you have the long term in mind, then you'll continue to benefit, because in the long run, of course, starting a business can benefit you. And I would also argue that if you have 2 products that failed, I wouldn't just go on and just start another product. You have to really investigate, why did those 2 products fail? You have to really look into it and be brutally honest with yourself, because maybe you didn't do the product research, and so you picked a product on Amazon that doesn't have demand, or maybe that there's too much competition. That could be something, or maybe it was your product wasn't of good quality, or maybe it was your lack of marketing. Maybe you just threw the product up there and was hoping that it was going to sell, and you didn't put effort into marketing the product, or didn't educate yourself to learn on how to market the product. So you have to look at that, because you can't just think that, oh, the product failed, because more likely than not, it wasn't the product. Products sell on Amazon. If you did a little bit of research, it's likely that you picked a product that had demand, and it's more likely that there's something that you did that didn't sell the product. So you have to learn from your mistakes before you jump into something new. Otherwise, you're just going to have a third product that fails as well. Is Amazon FBA the same in Germany and other parts of the world? For the most part, it is. There are some small differences, but in general, it is quite similar. Okay, what do I think of Jungle Scout? I already covered this earlier in the stream. I think it's just a personal preference. Some people love Helium 10, some people love Jungle Scout. I think Jungle Scout can be a little bit more user-friendly for a beginner, and Helium 10 maybe is something that can benefit you not only as a beginner, but in the long term. Just like there's a lot of tools that work for experienced sellers. I also feel like Jungle Scout, like if you're someone who doesn't like numbers and spreadsheets and stuff, maybe you might enjoy the Jungle Scout platform or interface, I should say, more than the Helium 10. But I mean, both are great. I use both. And again, if you want to try them, there's a discount code for you in the description of this video. Oopsie. Okay, let's see here. Um, what do you do if you can't find products? Well, there are hundreds of thousands of products on Amazon. So if you can't find products, then it has to do with you. It's not that there aren't products available. There are lots of products to choose from to sell on Amazon, and there's lots of opportunities as well. Not every product is going to be a viable product opportunity, but that's for you to filter through. And that's why using a software like Helium 10 can be helpful, because it allows you to filter through the products without having to scroll through page after page after page. So definitely use filters. Filters are going to help you discover unique and viable product opportunities. I can't emphasize it enough. Play around with the filters. Okay, I showed you some filters that you could use today, but really play around with it. That's how you're going to discover the products. What's the fastest way to brand registry in the US? And is Amazon brand exception is considered a good way to keep hijackers away? Yes. So when you are private labeling a product and selling that product on Amazon, you now have a brand. Whether you consider yourself a brand or not, you have a brand. And so what you can do is you can get brand registry. Okay, so in order to apply for brand registry, you're going to have a valid and active trademark. So you're going to trademark your brand name. And just so you are aware, it takes sometimes 6 months to get your trademark approved. So it's good to do it in advance. And once you have your trademark, you can apply for brand registry. Once Amazon accepts your brand registry, that's going to help you to keep the hijackers away. Because then if someone does try and sell your product, you can just submit a complaint to Amazon and Amazon will remove them. What mic am I using? The quality is good. I am not using a mic, just my computer. So it might just be that I'm in a room with a lot of walls right now. Do you have tips on how to know if a product will trend and be ahead of the game before others? Yes. So one thing you can do, let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Hang on a second for me. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you once again. So Pinterest is a really great place for you to find trends. because Pinterest is really just a place where people just pin random things, right? They're not necessarily buying things. So it's really quick and efficient. And it's a great place for you to discover up and coming trends. Because if you think about it, by the time a product is on Amazon, it's probably already been a trend for a while, because someone has to go through the process of finding a manufacturer, getting the product manufactured. It's like a minimum of 3-month process to get a product from start to finish up on Amazon. So Pinterest is a place where you can discover these trends before they've hit Amazon. And you can see here, Helium 10 does have a tool where you can find these like trending things on Pinterest. So if we click here, we can see like really random things that are trending on Pinterest. A lot of these things might not be relevant for you to sell on Amazon, because a lot of things on Pinterest are not products. They're just like random things like tattoos, like people want ideas. But there also are products that sell on Pinterest. So for example, bathroom plants, maybe you could have fake bathroom plants. Let's see here. Is there any products here? So again, these are not products, but you might find some products on here. And you can also open the product on Pinterest. So these are things that are really trending, but what I would do if I were you is I would go to Pinterest and I would go and click on the Discover page and just see what is trending. And if there are any products, because sometimes people will, like a product on Pinterest will go viral because someone had a really ingenious way of marketing that product. Then go and see if that product is selling on Amazon. If it's not selling on Amazon, it could be an opportunity, but you also have to factor in maybe it's not selling on Amazon because there's a patent on that product. So you could do like a simple patent search, but otherwise it might be a good opportunity for you. You can also go and you can search for that keyword on Google Trends to see how the trend has been going. Because sometimes also you may not want to sell a product that's trending, because sometimes the trends that go up, they also go down. So you have to do your research on it and be a little bit careful with trends. Hi, Tatiana. I have to choose one out of the 3 products I have. What should be the criteria for my final product? Good question. Well, what I like to consider first and foremost is profit margin, because profit margin is very important. It's what's going to, and you need to remain competitive. And so sometimes your competitors reduce their price, and sometimes you might have to reduce your price to remain competitive. And if you have a profit margin that can accommodate that, you can do that with ease. So profit margin is probably one of the biggest things I look at. I also like to think about marketing. How can I market this product? And you might find that one of the 3 products is easier to market than the others. Easier in terms of it's a product that's catchy, it's a product that is interesting, it's a product that I could hire influencers to share on their platforms and share with their audience. You're going to have an easier time with that product than maybe the others. Or maybe maybe one of the products is like a simple everyday item, like a cup or something boring that is not that marketable, but maybe there's a ton of demand for it and very low competition. And you might say, well, this product is better for marketing, but it's going to require more work. And this product has so much demand, and it's just people are going to Amazon and just buying it because they need it, because they search it. So I would consider marketability of the product. I also would consider which of these 3 products do I have the most interest in. Maybe there's one product that you are more inclined to use yourself, or you are just have more of an interest for. And I think that's helpful, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to be working on your business every day. And if you really don't like the product, you might not enjoy it as much, and you might not put in as much effort. I don't think you need to have a passion for the product, because what you will develop is a passion for the business. When you see what the business provides for you, the freedom that it allows you to have, the freedom to even express your creativity, you start to create a passion for your business. So you might not be a user of the product yourself, but you might have a passion for the business and a passion for your customers. Once you start getting customers and you feel the impact that you have when you have a product that they purchase and that benefits them, and you receive an email from them saying thanks for the product, you really start to develop an appreciation for your customers as well. So I would consider that, and then also consider the manufacturer, because the manufacturer, you need to have a great relationship with your manufacturer. You're going to be dependent on them in some sense. So if one of the manufacturers really had outstanding service, they were responding promptly, they have a lot of different products that you could expand your product line to choose from. Maybe their product was like of high quality, or maybe they were more willing to accommodate your modifications to the product. I consider those things as well, because at the end of the day, you might have a great product, but maybe the manufacturer is not so great, and you need to restock and they're not getting back to you, or they're not getting back to you in a timely manner, or the products aren't high quality and they're not willing to refund you or fix the products. So consider that as well. All right, I'm going to do a couple more questions here. In 2022, what's the number of reviews, roughly speaking, to consider a market is very competitive? It's hard to say because it depends on the category. So if we go back to Helium 10, hang on a second, or we can just go to the Amazon platform. Let's just go here. And you can see here all of these different categories, okay? So it depends. So for example, in the electronics category, there's a lot of products with a lot of a large number of reviews. Okay, so if I were to find a product in that category, I'd kind of expect that they would have a higher number of reviews, higher quantity of reviews, like 53,000. That's like too competitive, without a doubt, too competitive. But I would expect like 3,000. Yeah, I would expect that in the electronics category. 6,000. That's still too competitive. For me, I wouldn't really look at products over 3,000 probably. But you expect that in this category. But if you compare that to, for example, the arts and crafts category, you'd expect that most products, even the #1 selling products, don't have nearly such a large quantity of reviews. Sorry, my computer's a little bit slow today. I'm not really sure why. Oopsie, we don't want to do that. Exit. Okay, let's see what comes up here. Okay, that's not working for me. I just want to search this. Sorry, guys. It's like super lagging right now. All right, anyways, I'm just going to go back to the stream because it's probably disrupting my stream. So in electronics, for example, we expect like a higher number of reviews. In arts and crafts, we expect lower. But usually, like, if the top competitor, the #1 bestseller, has a large quantity of reviews, okay, I expect that. If like there's 6 people, 6 of the bestsellers have very high number of reviews, like all like 6,000, 8,000, 3,000, I'd say that's quite competitive. If I see that the #1 bestseller has 5,000 reviews, and then the #2 has like 2,000 reviews, #3 has 700 reviews, I'd say I can work with that a little bit more. But ideally, like, if you can find a product where the products have under 1,000 reviews, that's going to be a lot easier for you to work with. So that's kind of what I look for. Is I'm looking for, and that's the sweet spot, right? That's what makes it hard to find, and it takes time. And that's why using a software like Helium 10 really helps, because you can use the filters. But I'm really looking for a product that has high demand, and I can tell by the revenue that the product's making, the category, but also low competition. And I determine competition by number of reviews. And so if I find some products that have like, they're making $20,000 a month and they only have 500 reviews and they're the number one competitor, to me, that's an opportunity. To me, that's something I could compete with, because I could maybe get 200 reviews or 300 reviews, and I could do just as well. Can you have multiple products in one store that aren't really related? Yes, absolutely. Your Amazon store, you can sell whatever you want. It's up to you. But if you are going to be building a brand, then you might want to consider products that can that you can cross sell, because that's going to help you, right? So, for example, if I'm selling waist shapers on Amazon and I want to sell another product, one tip for you guys is when you're looking for your manufacturers, look at their entire product catalog. Yes, there's one product that you're interested in selling, but see what other products they offer, because then when it comes time to launching your second and your third and your fourth product, maybe you don't need to find another manufacturer. Maybe you already have the manufacturer and you can just sell products that are related to your main product. And this way you can cross sell them. And this is especially useful when you start selling on your own website on Shopify, because eventually you're not just going to sell exclusively on Amazon. You want to start on Amazon and then eventually sell on your own website, where you have more freedom, flexibility, and you can choose how you market the products, and you can cross sell your products a lot easier. You can also upsell products, right? So maybe if I'm selling a waist shaper, I can also sell like a body cream or something related to the waist shaper, and it can be an upsell at my checkout page. So it can be more beneficial for you to consider a product related to the one that you're already selling. Also, a product that's doing well. You're not just going to sell any random product. It has to be a product that has demand and something that works well. But in the long run, it might be more beneficial than selling a totally different product, totally different niche, different category. All right, one more question. All right, let's do, okay, how hard is it to get a product on Alibaba customized? So when you're private labeling a product, you do want to figure out, how can I differentiate my product from others who are selling this product on Amazon? Because when we're private labeling, we're not inventing something new. We're literally just seeing what's already working, what's already selling on Amazon, and we're kind of copying them and selling the same thing. But we don't want to be the same. We want to be a little bit different, not too different where now we're selling a totally different product, but a little bit different so that we can add more value to the customer, incentivize the customer to choose us over them. Okay, so you do this by figuring out, first of all, what do the customers want? And the best way to do this is by just seeing it for yourself, looking at your competitors and reading the reviews. Go through their reviews with a fine-tooth comb, read the 5-star reviews, read the 1-star reviews, the 2-star reviews, and create a spreadsheet and actually copy and paste that feedback. If you see a lot of people complaining about the lid falling off, hey, this is an opportunity for me. The competitor's lid keeps falling off. Maybe I can make my lid more durable so that it doesn't fall off. And then when I'm selling it on Amazon, I can market that to my customers. So when people go to my Amazon listing, they'll see, when they go to my competitor's listing, they'll see the reviews saying, oh, the lid fell off. I just wish the bottle was different. I wish the packaging was different. And when they go to my listing, they see new and improved lid, like high quality, durable. So that's one way that you can improve the product. Probably doesn't cost a lot, probably not hard for your manufacturer to do, but can make a difference, because at the end of the day, you're competing with the other sellers on Amazon. So How hard it is to do that with your suppliers? It depends on the supplier. And that's why I say, some suppliers are going to be more accommodating than others. Some of them are going to be more capable of or willing to make modifications to the product. And most of the time, suppliers are willing to work with you. They're going to charge you for these modifications. That's why you don't want to go overboard, because you might start with a product that has good profit margins, and then all of a sudden you're making so many modifications that it's costing you a lot and you no longer have profit. So you want to make maybe one small tweak or two small tweaks to the product. And sometimes the tweaks that you make don't have to cost you. So maybe it's changing the color of the product compared to the competitor on Amazon. Or maybe it's like improving the packaging, and maybe there's like a free packaging option that your supplier offers. So usually it's pretty simple to work with the suppliers on Alibaba, but you should make sure that you're trying to develop a relationship so that they can be more accommodating for you, because at the end of the day, it depends on your communication with them, your relationship with them. And so some suppliers are they work with you better than others. All right, guys, so that is it for today. I hope that this was helpful for you. Again, at the beginning of the video, I shared with you the Sell and Scale Summit. So that's happening in Vegas in September. If you guys want to attend an in-person live summit or event, then I encourage you to go, because for me, it was such a big deal when I started my business to actually be among other people who are in this industry, to see it was like real for me for the first time. And I saw what's possible. I saw people who were making $500,000 a month in sales. And I thought, like, are they lying? Is it true? Is that possible? And when I realized that it was possible, that's when I set the bar higher for myself. And that's when I started to generate more revenue. I 10x my sales, because I was like excited to grow my business. If that's what's possible, let's get to it. So sometimes events like that, in-person events, can really fuel you. And also, of course, you're going to learn a lot. So if you want to go to Sell and Scale Summit, you can go to tatianajames.com/Vegas and get $100 off your ticket with the coupon code TatianaJames. Also, I shared with you Helium 10. If you want to try it, if you don't have it yet, it's a great software. You can try it, get 50% off your first month. Go to tatianajames.com/Helium10. Links for these are in the description. Otherwise, today's Prime Day. So Prime Day for sellers is one of the best days, because you generate a lot of revenue on Prime Day. But for those of you who are still shoppers and not yet sellers, shop away. If you didn't know it was Prime Day, today's a good day to get some items on Amazon at a good discount. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.